Oh.
Okay. Hey.
Hello.
All right. Now that we got this going, welcome to Shell's Picking Up the Podcast, episode 2.
Shell's picking up the tab podcast.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yes. That's exactly what he meant.
Yep.
Yes.
Welcome back, guys.
It's good to be here.
How are you guys feeling and
I'm
such?
I'm actually very tired.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to do another podcast earlier today, and that didn't happen.
We were supposed to do a lot of things today,
Yeah.
and nothing got done.
Today was a lazy Monday.
An incredibly lazy Monday. I don't know if it was well deserved because it was the start of a fresh
It was
week.
not.
I'm not sure it was.
we did not deserve any part of this.
No, the 0%.
I know for sure why I was tired. We recorded that Talk last night, and so I went to sleep late, and I woke up early, couldn't go back to sleep.
Damn.
So I'm not sure how many hours of sleep I got, maybe 3 or 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got high today, and so I feel really drained, super tired. So I'm running on fumes.
Yeah.
But baby, I'm still going.
Yeah, man, this chair's loud. I feel just tired because I think I was overstressing about trying to change the first episode into a video so that way they can go on YouTube,
Yeah.
and all of my mental energy was going there. So, I mean, I'm tired.
Yeah, if there's anything to say about video editing, it takes a lot of mental energy to sit there and do all the cuts and changes that you're doing to it, and
Any sort of editing.
yeah.
I gotta commend people who do this for their job. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, someday we'll have other people that are stuck, but right now we're stuck doing it. So,
Yeah.
but it's a cool thing. We get the opportunity to do it, because I don't know about you guys, but I've felt like getting these things going for a while now.
Yeah.
And
I've been pretty excited for a good minute.
Yeah, for me, the thing that really kind of pushed me over the edge, I was watching Gary Vee, real popular guy on social media. He said something, and I actually wrote it down on the sliding door over here. It says, "Don't let your mouth outrun your actions." And so I was like,
I read
wow.
something else.
"Oh, I
Would you?
I didn't even."
I read nose wash Swiffer dress.
That was a different thing I wrote on the was a list, but yeah. So when I heard him say that, I was like, man, we've been talking about it too long. It's time to get it going. We've got the mics, the equipment's plugged in, and let's just do it. And our last episode was amazing. People really liked it, and I was getting nothing but good compliments on it, and so.
Oh, we should totally give shout out to a couple of people. I think one of the first people that probably heard it was Jen Vu.
Yeah.
Because she was the first one to comment
Jen
on
A.
it. Jen Vu, bless your sweet little heart. And then I want to also shout out to Edgar Ruiz.
Yes.
He's the one that did the graphic for
Edgar.
Toke Talk. I'm gonna see maybe if he wants to do a graphic for this one. But I like the picture that we have there. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
a nice picture.
yeah.
That's a really good picture. I like the way that looks.
Yeah. But shout out to him. He does some amazing artwork. Go check out his Redbubble. Just go to redbubble.com and then search for Sav Star.
How you spell that?
SAVSTAR, and I think it's Edgar Rar, which is spelled weird. It's EDGRA WRR.
Send me the links.
Yeah, we'll put a link somewhere so that way then people can go there. But yeah, big shout out to that guy. Love that guy.
He did a real great job on that Talk thing that he did.
That was quite cute.
I appreciate it very much.
You look like Uncle Phil.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I heard somebody say that I look like Uncle Phil, which isn't a bad thing. That man was
Tio
rich.
Felipe.
But yeah, so shout out to those peeps. We love you so
Yeah,
much.
shout out to Primo, who's a special guest on Toe
Primo!
Talk.
That's right, Primo. We love you, man. Shout out to my friend Martin and my friend John, because they were one of the couple people that hit me up when I asked for questions. So it's nice to see people like, you know, genuinely like looking into our stuff or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it's
I
nice.
had cousin Lisa text me, which I'm sorry I forgot to text you back. I totally wanted to. But she texted, and then she had her, you know, version of the story that we had told, and it was just really cute. And then we had Jessica. She Snapchatted me, and she was just like, "Oh, I heard your guys' podcast, and it was just so cute." She's like, "I missed you guys so much," and I was like, "Same." But
yeah, she's cool. I miss her.
I didn't honestly. I really didn't think that, you know, once it got out there that, you
That
know,
people would be interested, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
Same.
that, or, you know, probably nobody's really gonna listen to it, you know,
Mhm.
or they'll just listen to it because they know us and
Mhm.
all. But
Yeah.
I mean, which is, you know, what had happened.
Which is
but,
fine. I'm totally fine
Yeah,
with that.
hopefully
Yeah,
we can
I
make
get
this
that.
like a regular thing.
No, yeah.
And
No, well,
hopefully
I mean,
people- Well, like, I want it to be a regular thing,
Yeah.
but, you know,
as long as you keep showing up,
as,
I'm gonna keep
as we
recording.
keep showing up, hopefully it gets better and better, and it, you know, takes off and such.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope people just keep on coming back. I think they
But
will.
keep listening,
Yeah.
people. Please.
Yeah. I think
And
they
then,
will.
you know, just give us the grace to grow and figure this show out.
Yeah.
We love to be able to serve people, and a lot of times, I don't know why. I mean, I think it's just something that God placed inside of us, that, and a lot of my mom's influence too.
Mm-hmm.
That when we're together, we love each other. You know, we have fun together. We have, like every other family out there, we have our moments where we disagree and maybe feel some frustration or whatever between each other. But at the end of the day, you know, we love each other, and we're always going to be family. So, you know, just kind of sharing that, figuring out how to share that with the world and through these podcasts.
Yeah.
So, you know, just give us a little bit of grace as we figure out the formats and keep moving forward and having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, because we want to create great stuff for everyone to watch.
Yeah.
You know, we want to make sure, or we want to make people feel like, you know, that they're chilling right next to us in this podcast. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You know, we want other people to have a voice, and
Or if you'd like to come on.
or if you'd like, yeah, hit one of us up. You know.
If you have one of us, you have all of us.
That's right.
It's a package deal here.
Yeah, it's a package deal. So if you feel like you want to like say something, you know, and let your voice be heard, you're more than 100% welcome to.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. So, Shaw, what do we got on the docket, man?
Okay, so today I'm going to ask you guys, it's going to be like a half seat kind of show.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you guys like some, you know, cool questions, you know, about you guys that you guys can answer about each other.
Cool deal.
Whether it be you three or the rest of the boys in our clan.
Got it.
And then the other half is going to be some would you rather questions. And mind you, there's a couple that are pretty gross, but I like gross questions.
Gross questions are good.
I like making people uncomfortable.
It's real. It's raw.
I
it's
like
in
making
your
you
face.
uncomfortable so much. That was gross. Anyways, so yeah. So,
By the way, Shell has not let us see these questions.
Yeah.
So we have no idea what she's going to be asking us now. It's basically we're going to be answering truthful responses and responding for the first time. So
And nobody better not lie.
sorry.
All right, Shell.
okay. So let's start off with some questions.
Silence.
Wait,
on
you're
cell
gonna answer these
phones.
two, right?
No.
Yes.
Wait, yeah.
No, I'm the question keeper.
You're answering last since you're asking the question.
Boo. I guess. This used to be my show. I'm just kidding.
It's still his show.
People want to know who you is, girl.
Yeah, so.
People want to know you.
But when I say ghost, I'm just kidding. Alright, no. Okay, so first question is, what did you do as a kid that was super embarrassing?
Oh,
I threw up on my teacher.
Please explain.
No hesitation. Let's unpack
That was
it a
quick.
little bit.
Jeez.
So,
How old were you?
Probably 5.
yeah.
Oh, this story, yeah, I remember this
remember
one.
The kindergarten story.
Explain from the beginning. Go.
So when I was in kindergarten, we're like the whole class was split up into groups, and my group was at the table with the teacher, and it's like the half moon or a half circle.
Like the kidney table.
Yeah. And so the teacher's in the middle on the flat side, and we're just all around her. We're coloring and shit. And then, so she has us line up and like turn it in. And I'm like, when I start feeling it, I'm like the third person in line. And then as soon as I get up to like the front of the line, I hand her the paper, and then it just hits me. Like I was not feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
And then she asked, "What's wrong?" Just quiet. "What's wrong?" Same, nothing. She not yells, but like says with a concerned voice, "Spit it out." And then I just threw up on her.
Straight up. I was sitting, because me and Jordan were in the same kindergarten class, obviously.
Because twin.
Yeah. And
Why?
I remember
Twins. That's why.
his group, because he was in a different group and a different table or whatever. His group was up there, and I think either mine had already went up or something like that. But I was sitting back at my table, and I remember looking to my right, and I could see the teacher like asking him like, "Go ahead and spit it out" or whatever.
With her hand out.
Yeah, with her hand out and everything. And I just remember like just chili beans. You know what I mean? Like the consistency of chili beans or something.
It was fine, and then there was chili
It
beans
was like just
involved.
hella brown.
Was it a straight stream or was it?
I don't remember, but I do remember she had on like this dress that had flowers on it. It was pretty cool, actually. But it just.
And then it was
sucked,
just
yeah.
Chili beans.
it was just chili beans.
That
Yeah,
poor woman.
it was a lot. And then
Aw.
like the janitor that was like super friendly there, and
I think it
like
was the
everybody
teacher's
knew him.
assistant.
Huh?
I think it was the teacher's assistant.
Was he? Well, I don't know.
She-
No. I'm talking about the actual janitor dude.
Oh.
Yeah, at Lane that everybody knew.
Oh.
Anyways, he came in and then he started cleaning the throw up. And
Oh,
stuff.
that must have been when I was in the nurse's office.
Yeah,
Picking up the chili beans.
yeah. It was gross, but it was very entertaining to watch.
I remember I threw up when I got drunk one time.
I've been
Oh,
lucky
man.
never to throw up.
Same. Knock on wood, though. So.
Yeah.
And then you've been lucky not to have chicken pox.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
But now I'm at a higher risk of shingles.
I was gonna say that puts you in a bad
Yeah.
spot though.
Yeah.
That's just like me. I didn't get them as a kid either.
I got them twice.
Did
No,
you?
I thought it
I got
was if you
his.
did get chickenpox, then you do have a higher risk
Yeah,
of
it's-
shingles.
No. If you do get chickenpox, then your immune system's built up,
Mhm.
and the
I
immunity's.
could have swore it was the
No,
opposite.
if you haven't had chicken pox,
If you know, leave it in the comments below.
yeah. But
Text us, please.
I'm pretty sure that if you haven't had chicken pox ever,
Somebody look it up right now.
and when you're grown up and you
Where's
get
Primo?
them, you're more at risk of a very bad ailment. you know?
Yeah, because your body hasn't built up the immunities.
Mm-hmm. So you lucked out twice.
I got yours.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's right. You did get them twice.
Like, I was
forgot.
good for one day, and then I got them again.
Gosh.
Hey man, double immunity. You'll be a god.
All you need now is to be able to double jump.
Yeah,
Be cool,
dude.
man.
Get some Icarus wings. My most embarrassing thing, I don't know, man. I feel like everything I do is pretty embarrassing.
Me being boring
Oh.
is just like embarrassing.
The first one honestly that comes to mind was the girl across the street when we were living on Low. She seen me naked. And it was just embarrassing. I think like one time, like I was I think I had got out the shower or got out the bath or whatever there at the house, and then I was drying myself or something like that, and I was putting clothes on, or maybe we had went swimming and then.
How old were you?
We were young. Ray-Ray's sister.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alyssa.
Yeah. I could remember.
Yeah, we're like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I think it was Alyssa. I think that was her name.
We were really.
It starts with an A.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah.
We were really young, but I remember like changing or doing something in the room where I had to pull my pants down, and then somebody was like, hey Alyssa, like go to the room or something like that. And then me not knowing like good etiquette when you're changing, like you could always stand behind the door just in case somebody comes in or whatever. I didn't know any of that. I was just standing right in the middle of the room just doing my thing. And I had just pulled my pants down, and then she walks in, and then that was like, that's by far like one of the more memorable, embarrassing moments of mine for sure. But that's what came to mind first. So,
For me personally, I can't remember an embarrassing moment.
mm-hmm.
And I think the closest thing that I can remember is when I got hit in the face with a baseball bat. With a baseball.
Oh, jeez.
And when I went back inside, so we used to live on 4th Street in the apartments, and in the first complex of the 3-complex apartment that we were at, one of our friends was there. So it was real similar to our family. You know, they had a brother that was older than me, but he was Anthony's age. And then they had a brother that was older than him, who was around George's age. Mm-hmm. So we clicked with them right away. So we were outside, and Aunt Jane had paid for me and Anthony to do Little League baseball.
That's hype.
And we were playing three flags up. So me and Anthony were way down the street, and the older brother of those friends of ours, he was on the other end of the street, right? And he would grab the ball and he would just launch it up in our direction. And Anthony was on one side of the street, I was on the other, and so when it would come to my side, obviously I was gonna go for it. So it comes to my side, and I'm watching the ball, I'm looking right at it, and it's flying high in the air. And I'm ready, you know. I've got my glove. It's that moment, you know, you see it in TV all the time.
Yeah.
And even with real baseball players, you know, they're looking, they're watching, you know, they hit their glove and they're ready for it. And as soon as it was getting closer, I was like, all right, I'm putting my hand up, and the ball comes down, but instead of hitting right in the pocket of the glove, I'm a little off. It comes down, and it hits halfway on the ball, halfway off the ball, in the webbing in between the thumb and the index finger of the baseball glove. So, boom, hits the glove, and then, bow, hits me right in the face, right on the nose, and into, like, the eye socket, you know, and of my left eye. And man, it hurt so bad. I was crying right away. I was like in the 3rd grade, and so I run inside the house, and I'm crying, and Mom can hear me coming as I'm approaching the door. And as soon as I bust through the door, she sees me and she screams because she's scared of how swollen my face looks by the time I got from where I got hit back to the house, which wasn't even like a block away, you know, because we were just right outside and then down the street. And as soon as she sees me, after she screams, she's like, who hit you? Did they hit you with the baseball bat? Who hit you with the baseball bat? And she grabs me by the hand and she's walking me outside the door and she's screaming, who hit my baby with the baseball bat? And everybody's just scared. Because,
I gotta go home, bye.
Yeah, oh man, when mom was amazing. And everybody...
Mom was a very gentle lady.
And everybody loved her, and she loved everybody. But man, if you ever got on her bad side,
got on her bad side or hurt her children.
Yeah. Oh, Mama Bear would come out, man, and she screamed. But that was like, that's like the closest thing for me to something embarrassing. But
I have a embarrassing story when I was older. Not when I was like, well, I guess I was a kid technically.
What is it?
So, because I just remembered this one. So I was going to night school one summer, and I went to go use the restroom just before class ended. No, it was right before class ended, and I had my backpack, so that way I knew that as soon as the bell rang, then I could just leave, or I could leave before, you know, and so I went to go use the restroom. And I was peeing, right? And oh my God, this was the greatest pee I've ever had, right? But for some reason, it was like trickling out on my pants, and I didn't feel it because I was wearing some really thick jeans.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And so as soon as I was done, I was like, I looked down. Because it was one of those pees where you piss and you're just looking up and you're enjoying it. So I look down and I see this huge stain on my jeans. And I was like, fuck. You know, like, the bell's going to ring soon. Everybody's going to be out there. What do I do? Right? And so...
pee in your pants is the coolest.
So what I did... And I thought this was like the most genius idea ever, right? And it's funny because it's like, now thinking about it, it's like, God, that was desperate. So what I did was, it was really hot during the summer, even at night. And so what I did was just wet my head, wet a little bit of my shirt, and wet a little bit of my pants. So that way then I was just like, it looked like I was just like wetting my head, and then water got everywhere.
Oh my God.
And it worked. I walked out of there.
I would have never done that. I probably would have skipped class.
No, this was at the very end of class. Like, I was going to use the restroom when I wasn't supposed to, but the teacher was a pushover, so I just went. And then I was gonna leave early because, you know, the bell was gonna ring or whatever.
What was the teacher's name?
I don't remember. Oh. That's why how much of a pushover. It's not memorable. Be good in school, guys. But yeah, so I thought that was the most genius move because nobody, like, one person asked me, and I was like, dude, it's hot, and they were like, yeah. You know, like, they just totally agreed with me, and that was it. And that was...
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I think I'm going to go wet my pants, too.
And nobody suspected a thing. And I think I was waiting to be picked up. I think Mom still had her car then, and I was I was looking for it. And when I got picked up, none of you guys said anything, so I shut up.
Till this day.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
For me, I'm trying to think, like, this whole time that you guys were talking about, like, I don't even know.
Not as easy, huh?
We need to stop. No, like, my whole life is embarrassing, so I think the only one that I can think of was when we were at Euclid in San Diego, Euclid Elementary, and I think I told you guys this before, but, like, somehow in the second grade, like, we had to write these little like a literal paragraph story of anything of your choosing, like make up a story. And for the life of me, I could not make up a story if my life depended on it, like at all. I was so terrible at writing stories. And I remember we'd have to do it like right after we came back from lunch, and I was always the last one to like write a story, and everybody else would wait for me, so that was embarrassing for me. Like, I hated being the last one at the table while everybody was on the carpet waiting for me. And I remember I was so desperate that I decided to make up a fake story. But that fake story was about how that one day the school day was finished, so I was waiting for Dad to pick me up, and I had wrote that some guy in a trench coat, I even said that, I said a guy in a trench coat approached me and asked if I wanted candy, and I said no. That's literally how the paragraph went. And I said no, I have to wait for my dad, basically. And he was like, oh, okay, and he left. That's exactly how this story went. Like, I wrote it down. It never happened. None of this happened. Yeah. This is me making it up finally, like being able to write stories. And I didn't think of anything of it. I was just like, finally, I'm done. I'm going to go sit down, on the carpet, get it out of the way. And then I guess my teacher ended up reading it. Now? My teacher ended up reading it. And that day, when the school day ended, she walked with me to where I was supposed to meet up with Dad. Mm-hmm. And so they were waiting with me for Dad. Mm-hmm. But we had, like, the school police officer and then a couple other police officers came because I guess the teacher told, like, the principal and everybody. Oh, so, and now there's, like, full-blown adults who are looking for this person. And then they were asking me, they were like, what did this person look like? Like, do you know why he approached you? Do you know him? And all of a sudden, I was like, no, I don't know. He was like, he just approached me with candy. That's it. That's all I know. But none of this happened. This was all fake. And I was like, I think about it now and I was like, God, like, I wasted these people's time, first of all. I don't even know if they told Mom and Dad because Mom and Dad never, talked about something like this. And you know what?
You must have been a hell of a writer.
I must have been. It's called desperation, son. All the college, all the college people understand my pain. Essays due in like 10 minutes.
Right, and they're like talking about,
and they
like,
have
pages.
To write like I don't
know. I couldn't do that. I don't think, man.
We are not college folks.
I'm not.
No, I think I always thrived in the classroom. I just always felt the classroom wasn't, worth anything. but I've always thrived in it, Yeah. Like going through high school. So for me, I was going to church at the time. And so for me, I had found God for the first time. It made the most sense in my life. My life was being fulfilled because of the things I was experiencing from my beliefs. My faith was growing. And it was like a whole new world to me. And that was the most important thing in my life, was Jesus. And so being a new Christian, like so many new Christians that go through meeting God and starting to walk with God, I wanted to share it with everybody. Mm-hmm. So when my motivation for going to school every day wasn't to go to school and be in the classrooms. It was to be among the people so that I can tell them about Jesus and my walk with God and what I found, because it was so amazing to me and I wanted to share it with the world. And that's where the people were. And so while I was in class, sometimes I'd do the work, sometimes I wouldn't. And when I wouldn't, my mind would just make sense of it that, one day when we're all gone and Jesus comes back, all this is going to be for nothing. I'd rather, focus on my spirit than focus on this classroom work. And so going through high school, that's how it was for me. But then, going back later, I thrived in every classroom setting after that, So it's not that I'm not intelligent. It's just I've got to have the right motivation to do it. So when you're talking about doing these, 90-page essays, I can do that. I just have to be able to focus my intention.
That's hype.
So you're saying you can do it, but I don't want to do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Alrighty, so that was a long first question.
Yeah, it was.
Alrighty, so the next question is, what's your favorite go-to comfort food?
Go-to comfort food.
Anything that's Tasty and edible.
Anything with a lot of calories, and that's on the not good to eat list.
I don't know if I have a. What was that?
Breakfast burritos.
One more time.
Breakfast burritos.
From where?
Anywhere, actually.
The general breakfast
General,
burritos.
yeah. What do you like inside
That combination
your
of
breakfast burritos?
eggs, sausage, bacon.
Increíble.
They have hash browns in there sometimes.
That's hype. Hash browns are very. I dig hash browns.
What is your all-time favorite breakfast burrito you've ever had in your entire life?
I want to answer this question.
You can answer after.
Okay.
Probably at Paul's when we went to go see Emery.
Wow.
Shout out to Paul.
Shout out to Paul's
Costa
in
Mesa.
Costa Mesa.
That fucking burrito was like just huge.
Paul's is like, if you're from Fresno, it's like, what is that Fresno restaurant?
Oh, Fresno Donut.
Fresno Donut. Chinese food, hamburgers, donuts. That's exactly how Paul's is.
But successful.
Yeah, yeah, and not in a really bad area.
And not Fresno Donut.
Yeah. It's really
like
delicious
Fresno
food.
donut, but the complete opposite.
Yeah.
My favorite all-time best breakfast burrito I've ever had was from, I think it was called Adrian's. And and this is when I was working in San Diego, and I had come back to visit, and I think Mondo had picked me up one morning in his tow truck, I think, right?
Yeah, probably.
And we stopped by Adrian's, and I was like, yeah, bro, I'll buy you a breakfast burrito. And he was like, what? Thought he got money? You know, I was like, yeah. And so I bought us both a breakfast burrito, right? And this is around the time where I was like, you know, I was working a lot. I was dropping weight for sure because I was only eating like so many calories a day. I wasn't counting them, but going through what I ate through the day, it's like it wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
That man was working though.
Yeah, and so I was eating, and I remember about halfway, I was like, man, I never thought I'd say this, but this is too much bacon. I was just eating less. Mondo was shocked, like, I couldn't finish it. Like, I was just like, I'll eat this later, and I put it away, and Mondo was shocked. It was.
He said, "You are not my brother."
Because I was I was always one that, you know, talk big bacon talk. You know what I mean? Like, bacon was my friend.
I think you still
Bacon
are,
makes it
even
better.
though you're a vegan.
Yeah. When I'm not following
When
my.
you're not a vegan.
When I'm not a vegan, I eat all the bacon.
So what's your go-to favorite comfort food then?
That would be probably standard PB&J. PB&J's never let me down. So.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised.
Double side peanut butter and then a lot of jelly in the middle.
No.
That's how I do it. You know who showed that to me? Which is odd because he reversed his opinion now. Dan showed that to me. Danny boy.
I think Danny Boy changed his position on it because he's got so many kids, and you know, sometimes with that many kids, you can't do double side peanut butter.
Because
It
you know what?
goes
I do some thick layered peanut butter on each side, man. And then I put a bunch of jelly. It's hella messy. It's delicious.
I didn't
I think
like,
that sweater that you're wearing is the jelly stain.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes, this is.
as a kid, Grandma would make us peanut butter and jelly sandwiches sometimes. Sometimes there was no jelly, so it was just peanut butter. But they weren't good at all. Because
Some dry ass bread or something. Or what?
no, well, see, Grandma, she, you know, our family's been relatively, you know, low income. And so for Grandma, with having to go through low income with so many kids, like Daniel's situation, you know, she would do like a very, very light layer of peanut butter.
Everybody's eating, but y'all getting a light layer of it.
Yeah. And then you would put the two pieces together, so there was way more bread than peanut butter. And I think it was because of her that when I moved out on my own, that's when I started doing like those thick layers of peanut butter like you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, this is a peanut butter sandwich, man. So
This is a man's peanut butter sandwich.
Having a little bread with your peanut butter, huh?
yeah. And oh man, and then when I can buy my own bread, I'd always go, because I grew up, we'd get the cheap bread, the cheapest bread possible.
Cheap bread always.
Which
79 cents.
Which I'm still a fan of. Like, I'll buy some cheap ass bread.
Oh man, I'd always go and get the softest one. Like, let's do it.
Once Mondo tried steak, he couldn't go back.
So what's your all-time favorite food then?
I don't know. I can't say that I have one. But anything comfort food is always good. I'm always down to eat whatever, everybody else is eating. I'm picky in a sense to where there's certain things that I don't like to eat. But like if we're going to go out to eat at a restaurant, I'm not too picky. Like, no, I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's because of you that I've learned, just, be open to everything.
I'm a simpleton. I'm a hamburgers and fries girl. I think that's my go-to. Like, I could eat any type of hamburger, any type of fries, anywhere. I've had a lamb burger, and that was delicious. Made out of lamb.
That sounds good.
Oh, it was delicious. But, yeah, I think that's my thing.
You know what
I say pizza, and that's up there, too. But you can never go wrong with a hamburger and fries.
What I could eat every single day and not get tired of is street tacos.
Oh man,
I'm always
hood
down
tacos, my friend.
Hood tacos.
I call them street tacos.
Bless.
Hood tacos.
Well, because you only find good street tacos in the hood. That's why I call them
Yeah,
hood tacos.
Yo, let's go get some hood tacos, though.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I'm sure
Matt's Teriyaki has really good tacos. It's cool,
yeah. Like, I'm sure that businesses, on the northern side of town do their best. But, like, you get street tacos hella cheap and they taste hella good.
It's like when people come into Applebee's and they're like, can I have some, rice pilaf? And I'm like, we don't really have rice pilaf anymore. It's like we have white rice and Mexi rice.
Mexi rice.
And that's the question I always get.
I have never heard of that.
What's Mexi rice?
Mexi rice.
It's orange rice.
It's
And we get asked, like, what kind of rice do you have? Just Spanish rice. That's all.
It's like, see, that sounds a little bit more authentic than Mexi
Spanish
rice.
Well, that's what it's called
Mexi
on the menu.
So it's like,
Mexi
they're like,
rice.
what is that? It's like,
because that's not how Chipotle does it.
I'm like, you're here at Applebee's, so it's like Applebee's best version of.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go, it's Applebee's version of what would be like Mexican rice, hinting the name, Mexican.
Is it just orange rice, or do they have like something in there?
I think it has
cilantro?
like corn and
Oh, that sounds good.
other stuff in it. I don't know, but yeah, it's basically orange rice.
I said stop. You had corn.
Which is good on you, because then if you're like, I don't know, I've always felt like if someone, like if a waiter is trying to promote something,
Yeah.
I'm less likely to get it, because it's like, oh, they're just promoting it. But if they're being honest with me, so if I ask you, oh, what's Mexi rice, and you tell me, oh, it's Applebee's version of Mexican rice, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get that, because I don't want to be disappointed. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm always 100% honest with I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'd prefer an honest server over someone who's just trying to,
Yeah.
like put up a show, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But there's a difference though, because I get what you're saying, because there's like some cringe-worthy waiters that'll do that just because that's how they are. But like, that's essentially kind of what Mondo does sometimes though, but he does it better.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
You put on a better show.
Like, like there's people who like tell it like it is, but they're still promoting, their restaurant type deal. I don't know how to explain it. If I'm
For me,
right.
like the reason why you guys feel like I do so much better is because I sell the things that I like.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a contest, I try and give as much energy to it as I can. But, you know, when the contest is Modelo Especial and you got a morning shift,
Damn.
you're probably not going to sell too many.
Y'all want a beer? It's barely 11.
So, whenever I do, you know, that's always my approach. Is like, all right, who's going to start off hardcore today? Who's getting the Modelo Especials? Salt and lime on the rim.
Sir, you just opened. I don't understand.
So you getting one, or?
Because I'm trying to win stuff. So.
So I see the key to selling is you don't say anything after that, right? You throw it out there, and the first one that talks loses, right? And you try and sell and sell and sell. No matter if they're saying no, you try and sell it anyway, right? So I only do 2 no's. If I get 2 no's, then I don't bother with it anymore. The rule is like 6 or 7 no's. I can't remember, but if you're getting to like the 6th and 7th no, you're gonna get a yes if you keep going from there. But I just do 2 because I don't have time.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, that sounds like annoying.
For me, I wouldn't even.
As a restaurant goer.
As soon as I say no, and then he keeps on promoting, I'm like,
stop.
Oh, yeah, I'm chilling, fam. Like,
no,
I told you no twice. You know what I mean?
See, I only go for it twice. If I get it the second time, I don't even offer it a third time. Yeah. So if I get the first no, then I fall back on. See, because the first question isn't even necessarily about the item. I'm going to mention the item, but you're going to either buy it because of my energy, or the way, you know, I guess it's essentially the same thing. You're going to buy it because of my energy, not because... Oh, damn, yeah, I want a Modelo Especial. You're going to buy it because of my energy that I'm bringing to the table, and not necessarily because you're a fan of Modelo.
Even though I am a fan of Modelo.
Not too many people are. Well, that coming to Applebee's, I guess. Depending on where you're at.
You know, I really want some, like, authentic...
Can I have a Chardonnay?
I want some authentic Mexican food. Let's go to Applebee's, get some of that Mexi rice with the Modelo.
Modelo. Salt and lime on the rim. We'll buy it from Mondo. It's Mexican.
Oh, man.
It's authentic as it gets.
But yeah, so like, you know, if they turn down the Modelo Especial, if I start seeing you gotta watch the body language, because then if they go from looking at their menu, you bring the energy, and if they do this, and they start, you know, leaning back, it's like that's the universal response for I'm trying to back away from this situation. So once I get that, because I'm only going for the 2 no's, once I see the body language where they're trying to withdraw and it starts to seem like it's uncomfortable, then I tap into that. And I'm like, all right, look, here's the deal. You know,
let me tell you the truth. I gotta sell this thing.
And that's what I go with. I'm
just trying to win some movie tickets.
You know, we're having a competition with the other stores. You know, it would really, really help me out if you guys get one. But we're seeing who can try and sell the most.
You don't even have to drink it. I'll drink it.
There was a lady who bought one the last time I worked. She bought one, and she took a sip out of it and just left it there. But she was like, after she heard that we were in a contest and I was trying to sell them, then she was like, all right, yeah, I'll get one. And then there was another lady who I had offered, and then she went with a different alcoholic beverage. And so when I kept greeting the other tables with, who's starting with a Modelo Especial, salt and lime on the rim, lots of energy, you know, after her hearing that so many times from the tables around her that were sitting, then she was like, all right, bring me one. And I was like, yeah.
So what's your go-to favorite comfort food?
The
Mexi rice, I have to say.
Yeah, I think so. A really big bowl of Mexi rice.
Big bowl.
From Applebee's.
Yeah.
It's gross.
2 sides of Mexi rice. Can't beat it.
Goes perfect with the Modelo.
No, I mean...
Salt around the rim.
A little bit of lime on the side. Anything really savory, like...
He said, whatever y'all eating, I'm eating.
Yeah.
Essentially.
As long as it's tasty and fills me up, it's good.
All right.
What about you, Sean? What did you say?
I said burger and fries.
That's right.
Yeah.
Any burger and fries.
Sick.
I love burgers and fries.
You know who has the best burger, and I haven't gone back?
Whose? I probably
Who?
never been.
House of Juju.
Never been.
Never
always
been.
wanted to go.
Sounds
But I've
interesting.
always heard good stuff about it.
Yes.
Really?
House of Juju.
You know, it's funny. We live here in Clovis, and we haven't been to a lot of places in Clovis. Like,
Yeah, no, you're right.
There's some
Like-
hole in the walls that
yeah.
have good
Yeah.
reviews and stuff.
Like, I remember I met up with Jen Vu, and we went to Cup of Joy, and I was like, yo, Cup of Joy's pretty hype, you know?
Mhm.
I like the atmosphere. A lot better than Starbucks. It's cool.
Jenny.
I could
Jenny.
imagine.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right. So next question. What was your worst fear as a kid? And has it changed?
Heights.
Heights, yep. No, it hasn't changed. For sure.
That's it.
That's for both of you?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I don't know. I guess there's an underlying fear of, like, especially, oh man, when the Harry Potter movies ended and one of the twins died or whatever, I was like, ugh,
My heart.
because I couldn't
My
imagine losing
soul.
Shorty. Like,
Aw.
ugh,
Short's like,
I'd be wrecked.
Justin who? Just kidding.
I'm about to cry right now.
Umbatu.
About to cry.
But yeah.
Tear
I bet that's like
rolling down my face right now.
a really one of a kind feeling. Like, you know, that you guys are twins. And the fact, I mean, I'm sure it's like almost the same as like if I lost one of you guys or if like you lost one of us, but it's like especially meaningful if you had lost like Jordan. Or the other
No, I know what you mean.
You know what I
like,
mean?
yeah, I know
Like-
what you're saying. Like,
It's that
Like-
twinism type
Well,
feeling.
I think it's even, just the fact that it's a sibling, because we just lost mom in December, and that was rough.
That was-
really rough.
It's
That's
still rough.
oh yeah.
that's a one of a kind relationship, that you'll never have with anybody else.
Everybody love your mamas.
Yes.
Show love to your mamas.
But losing a sibling, when you think about a sibling, it's like you either, well, in your situation, you've known these people all your life,
Oh my god.
and so you growing up with these people, it's like, you're on the same level, you're a peer, you're in this together, and versus, the relationship from a parent to a child, that relationship kind of changes as you grow up, but the relationship between siblings from the gate is just something different.
Yeah, it's like it stays. It's like you'll always be the younger brother, or the older brother. You know what I mean? Where,
I'll never be his age.
Yeah. Exactly.
He'll always be older than me.
Exactly. Like there'll be
By 1 minute.
there'll be more knowledge. You know what I mean? More experience. More always like with an older sibling. Yeah, I mean, and then that's kind of like like for me anyways, like I always looked up to Danny, and then I looked at George and Anthony, but like as far as like what not to do or whatever. But like you guys were all examples of the like growing up and how to be and stuff, and so it's like that's what it is, like you from the gate you're a sibling, and I'll always be the younger brother, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like a super large learning thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Learning experience.
Yeah, I always enjoy it as the younger one.
I'm
The
gonna push this towards
youngest.
you.
Okay. Yeah. Like, in my eyes or in my point of view,
Just push the mic back.
I don't know. Like, I don't want to say I don't see you guys as my siblings, but I see you guys as more as a higher up than siblings. Like,
Gods.
essentially. Like, I know that sounds weird, but like, if I could make a statue out of all you guys and I'd have it in my house, like that would happen. Like, because like, I have so much like respect from you guys and stuff like that. And
Stop,
I
but
appreciate
go on.
I appreciate all of you. And I mean, it was the same way growing up too with like George and Anthony. Like,
Yeah.
they were the example of not to do the bad stuff,
But
but
they
they
have-
were still also my older siblings.
Yeah,
so it's
they
like they
have-
still taught me stuff. You know what I
For
mean? Like
sure,
George and
yeah.
Anthony, like always taught me, to defend myself, and Anthony
Mhm.
taught me how to fight, and
Mhm.
but they were still, they did bad stuff, but they were still the older sibling on
Yeah.
teaching me not to do bad
They,
stuff.
they were still looking out in their own way,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy because sometimes we we look at these people that in society that get in trouble with the law, and we automatically write them off as bad people. But whereas George and Anthony, from young ages, they got in trouble with the law, when they were here at home, when they would come in through the door, the bad person stayed outside, and inside it was like they were the good older brother.
Yeah.
And they cared about you, and they showed it, and they'd play with you, or mess around with you, push you, or whatever. The big brother,
somebody
little
was
brother.
crying.
Yeah, and you had to be tough growing up as a kid.
I think that's why, in my opinion, Shell's probably like one of the strongest people.
I'm still trying to keep it together. At any point, I could break down.
One of the strongest people for sure, because you had to deal with literally like 6 men.
Yeah, and then dad, and then mom.
And then mom. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think Shell has the level of patience of a god for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what was your worst fear? You said heights.
I said heights.
The death of Jordan.
Yeah, and death. Sure.
What about you, Manu?
As a kid, my worst fear was being kidnapped.
Ooh, yes.
Because we would walk to school by ourselves. We would walk home from school by ourselves.
It was a different time.
We always felt safe.
Yeah.
We always felt safe, but you never see kids nowadays walking to school by themselves. They're always with a group. They're always with a parent is walking with the kids or whatever, or they're being driven to school, or they're on the school bus. But you hardly see kids walking to school by themselves, and that for us. So just like anything else, when you're a kid, they want to make sure that you stay safe, which is why they went so crazy when they seen that you wrote that story.
Yeah.
That, there was a guy that came up to me in a trench coat and offered me candy. It's like,
oh man.
It's like he fits the description.
Yeah, that's the generic thing even teachers teach you at school. Well, the bad guys are always in a trench coat.
Yeah, it's the picture that they paint.
Suspicious looking guys.
And then I always thought, especially for summer, who the hell's gonna wear a trench coat?
It's fucking
hot.
I don't care who you is, it's hot. Emo kids were taking their trench coats off.
Unless it's a really good leather trench coat, and I mean, obviously.
Yo, man.
What do they call them? The
duster.
Dusters. I was gonna call them flappers or something.
It's a big deal.
So kidnapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being kidnapped.
Same here, because Mom always is like, even though I grew up with you guys, she always coddled me, and everywhere she went, I would go, or I would have to go, and don't leave by my side, and don't let go of my hand, basically. So I've always been guarded that way. So whenever I was not with Mom, at school or something like that was my biggest fear, was waiting, waiting for her, and then somebody taking me, or because I'm dumb and I'll probably listen to you. But, growing up that way too, because that brings up another story when Daniel forgot to pick me up.
Yeah.
And I was waiting at school till 8:00 at night. And, I knew the route to home. It wasn't that far. It was only a mere 5 blocks away.
Yeah.
But still, in the middle of the night, in San Diego, especially,
and then
that was a big deal.
Yeah, especially where our walking route wasn't well lit.
Yeah, it wasn't well lit. That was another part too, because it was just scary, dark, and it sucks too, because especially when you're a girl, that's what they teach you, or don't walk by yourself at night because you can get kidnapped. And I mean, they teach it to everybody, but to girls, they teach you, something bad could happen to you. And, that was just boiling in my head the entire time. And I remember walking a few steps, and I was no, I can't do it. I need to go back. So I would go back, and I fought with myself 5 or 6 times, going back to the school or starting to walk. And then I don't know what made me do it, but I just did it. And I ended up walking to Mom's work at Pizza Hut, like right below.
And she was closing shop,
And she was
right?
closing shop, but the door was like halfway closed, so I could like duck down,
Mm-hmm.
and she was still there, and like I was just bawling my eyes out. But that was a big fear for me, was getting kidnapped. And now I'm just like the independent woman. I'll walk anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, there's a dark alleyway. Let's go.
Let's go that way. That way looks shorter. But yeah, that was a big fear for me, was getting like kidnapped. And spiders. Spiders are still big ones.
Spiders.
I don't like those.
Spiders don't scare me that much anymore. Well, they've never.
You've made a lot of progress in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So next question is, this is like a little tricky question. This can go for everybody in the family, like sibling wise, or just us four or whatever. But what do you like about each other, and what do you dislike about each other? That's a tough question.
I dislike.
So think about it.
Of every single one of you, I dislike the fact that I can't control you.
Speaking like a true older sibling.
Yeah. But I mean, that in itself is the best thing in the world because
Hey,
Kenzo.
come back home.
that's the best thing in the world because when you think about it, initially, it's like, damn it, just do what I'm telling you to do. But then if you just continue to do that, then you lose the flavor of who you really are underneath it all. And it's like
because then you're just a mini Mondo or a
Yeah.
mini dad or a mini mom. You're not yourself.
And ultimately, I feel like in life that you have a true authenticity inside of you that needs to be shared with the world. It needs to be shared with somebody else. It's like that saying that if a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound if nobody's around to hear it? And the fact is that it does make the sound, but there's nobody around to hear it. So does that sound hold any value? It doesn't hold any value until there's somebody around to hear it to give it the value. And so I feel like every single one of us has that inside of us, that true authenticity that needs to be shared and expressed. And so what I dislike the most is I can't control you, but what I love the most is that each and every one of you is you have your own flavor and you fit well into the team. And when things aren't fitting well, it's because we need to grow a little bit. And I love that we're on this journey making that happen.
Yeah, you didn't even let me bring tissues. Just kidding.
Mine is a love and a hate at the same time, and it's our stubbornness. Love because it's like, all right, well, we're doing what we like.
We're determined.
Yeah. What I hate is that it's like, oh my God, just do it. Like, almost like how you said.
Yeah.
I guess mine would be along the same thing, like, because I can't control you or whatever.
I love whenever you guys say that, you're looking at me.
Because we want the best for you. Okay, Shell?
This is what it boils down to.
It trickles all down that way.
No, but that's like...
We're actually sitting oldest to youngest.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
are.
It's like built in our bodies. to do
Yeah,
that.
like, no, but I mean, I love, like... I like Mondo's ability to just talk and be spoken with people or whatever. And I think that's kind of what shaped me to be how I am, and very easygoing. I like Jordan's real, like, just ability to, like, just serve and be like, well, let me help you. Like, what do you need or whatever. And then you have a great listening ear and, like, firm ability to just, like, here I may not have experienced the same situation, but this is what I would do because it makes sense to me or whatever. You know what I mean? You give great advice, and so that's what I appreciate from you guys for sure. What what annoys me, I shouldn't say I hate, but what annoys me
Hate's
is
a strong word.
yeah, is that, you know, even if it's good advice, you don't listen. And then with Shorty, it's like sometimes I'll have the wrong approach or whatever, and then that gives him the ability to have the wrong response, which just messes up our communication or whatever. Even though we're twins and we're like linked up, you know, like twin powers and everything. You know what I mean? Like it's still rough communication sometimes.
You met your match.
And then with
Yeah,
Mondo,
we're just total opposites.
yeah, and then with Mondo, it's like he like lays on the ability to do things. Like he'll instruct me, and then if I fail or if I don't do a certain way, then he wants to keep on instructing me. But I'm like, no, just let me do it. Like you already showed me how to do it. Let me do it. I'm gonna do it. You know, like that's always been my way of learning. Is like I just have to do it. Like, yeah. So I mean that's what it is for me anyway.
That's interesting. Yeah, for me, I think it's oh man, there's like an endless amount of list of things I love about you guys. It's like never ending.
Please go on.
No, I mean, I love how, you know, and it's all thanks to Mom, though, you know, because she taught you guys, you know, to, like, you know, always keep an eye out for me and be there for me, which you guys have been doing, you know, for a good 24 years. But I don't want to say I hate this, but it's more of like, it's kind of like a little bit turned into like a coddling situation like Mom. But it's kind of not. So, you know, when, I don't know how to explain it, but like when you guys are like, this is hard to explain. Like it makes perfect sense in my head, but it's like not coming out. I don't know, like situations where it's like, you know, let me do it on my own. Like I can do this by myself. You know, I'm the strong, independent woman that Mom made me. But in your guys' eyes, I'm still little shell that you have to like look out for and stuff. Yeah. But then I can see it in your guys' eyes that you battle with that too. That same thing. Where it's like you want me to do it on my own, but then you know, it's just better and easier for you to do it. You know. But I don't know.
No, I get that. I think that's for
like
me.
With George and Anthony, like that's the one that I struggle with the most because I could be like 46 years old and they'll still see tiny little me,
little shell,
forever for the rest of their lives and my life. But you know, with you guys, it's like a little different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well for me, anyways, like whenever I'm trying to get you to do something, I won't attempt for as long as everybody else would. I don't think. Just because I know that you won't listen to me. So it's just like, okay, I'm going to give her advice, and then if she takes it, then I'll, you know, explain it more. But if she doesn't, then I'll try to persist a little bit, and then if I'm still getting a negative effect, then I'll ease up because you're an independent.
All my life, all I hear was, "God damn it, Shell! God damn it! Why won't you listen?
Michelle, be better."
No.
No.
But yeah, so there's that. Next question.
Wait, did you answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first one I answered.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
Braveheart.
All-time favorite movie.
Braveheart. Overall.
Braveheart was taken. Damn it. I don't know, man. That's hard to say.
All-time favorite movie. For me, it's always has been The Crow, and you know that movie came out like I think a year before I was born, or the same year.
Crow's pretty legit.
But
I remember the first time.
I remember seeing it when I was like 6 or 7.
I remember the first time watching it at Grandpa's house.
I was obsessed.
I think they had rented it or something like that, and I didn't want to see it because I thought it was scary, so I didn't watch it.
But I've always loved that movie. I can watch the movie all the time and not get tired of it.
Mine would probably have to be like a tie between like Hot Rod and Anchorman, because I'm more of a comedy guy anyway. So yeah, I mean I'm a fan of a lot of comedy movies. I don't know. That's probably it. Hot Rod because we've like learned every line.
His whole family knows.
And I'm so glad too because I remember buying that, and that was like, I didn't even know about it. I went to FYE and I was buying like 3 movies because at the time they were having like a lot of deals about like, you know, buy 3 and get the 3rd free or whatever, or buy 2 and get you know, any more for $1 or something like that. And there were always the cheaper ones that were like free or $1 off or whatever.
Then you always had that poster in your room.
I did. And whatchamacallit? And so I found it there in FYE, and it was just one of my extra movies, and then I watched it, and then it was really good. And so
yeah, that movie is a gem.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
Yeah,
a good movie.
Not a lot of people know about it. Not enough people know about it.
Yeah.
What about you, Short?
If you haven't seen Hot Rod, go, you know, download it from Netflix or use the internet.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
As of recently, just any of the Marvel movies, but as a Disney classic, Tarzan.
Tarzan's
that's
legit.
a good one. Yeah.
I dig it. I like the animation style.
All
Nice.
right. So we're gonna move on to some most likely to. So, you know, out of the bunch, who's most likely to forget birthdays?
Me, for sure.
Yeah.
I won't remember anything.
I thought it would have been Jordan. Yeah, it was a tie between you two.
No,
I
yeah.
think that-
I'm for sure, or at least I'm more certain of my forgetfulness. As far as birthdays go, like
Yeah.
I need a calendar with birthdays in it.
Okay.
To remind me.
Who's most likely to laugh at the wrong moment?
Me.
Probably.
Yeah.
You have a 6th sense of humor.
Yeah.
Who's most likely to fart in public?
Me.
Yeah. No shame. No shame at all.
Fuck.
You have that old man, like, I don't care.
The old man confidence.
Old man confidence, yeah.
Coming around the corner, don't look
Coming around the corner.
No, but I remember walking through Roosevelt. In between classes, we'd be in the midway, and, you know, sometimes I need a fart, so I'd let him go, and, you know, everybody behind me would just be like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I'm going this way, you know what I mean?
I smell it.
You better be in front of me.
And there's so many people walking through
There was hella people.
And that's what made it great, because it's like, how are they gonna pin it on me?
Blame? Yeah.
Exactly.
That's gross.
It's hype.
The amount of pink eye you probably
The
gave
amount
people.
of pink eye that they gave people.
It's gross. Alrighty, who's most likely to be the first to die in a zombie apocalypse? And if you heard that, that came from Mondo.
No, it did not.
Mondo, he gave off this look.
Yeah.
This look that this
You
relief
kind of
look.
actually went up
Yeah.
a little bit, so I thought it was you.
I've actually been holding one in because I have shame. I won't fart in public.
Nah, man.
I'll go take it down.
I'll claim that
And
shit
you
right
heard
now.
it first. And you heard it first. That
Yeah.
Justin old man confidence.
Hey, man.
Better
Better out than in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I won't. I don't do that. I don't not. It'd have to be like, you know, in the car. I'm by myself. You know, roll the windows down. That's one thing. But you know, if I've got somebody else in the car with me, yeah, I'm gonna try and respect. You know
I'm
what
gonna
I mean?
try.
I'm gonna try.
If it's one of you guys live.
Good
with
luck.
Me. You gonna smell it.
You gotta
But,
lock the windows, turn the heat on.
Turn the heat on.
I actually do it on my way to work. Like, I mean, the path I take, like,
Just gotta get them all out before work.
well, no, like, there's not really a whole lot of people. So I'm just like, all right, well.
No, I'll walk to work, and I mean, if I got one in the chamber, I'll let it go. You know what I mean? Like, preferably, I like to let them go before work, but sometimes you got them in work, and so I'll save them, and I'll usually use the
I'll
restroom.
save them.
Well, I'll use the restroom, and
I got 3 credits right
and that'll be my, like, when I,
Locked and loaded.
you know, you fart in the restroom, so that's what I do.
Oh
Hi, welcome to Papa Murphy's. How can I help you? God. Waving his hand behind him.
I ain't eating here anymore.
Alrighty, so last, would you or most likely, who's most likely first to die in a zombie apocalypse? I want to say it's me, but then I don't.
No, I don't think you die first.
No, especially if we're together, it's like we're giving our life for you. So
Yeah.
you're not going to be the
Then
first
my
to go.
whole independence. No! I'm just kidding.
No,
I'll die first.
Fight me.
Fight me!
No, I think I would go first.
Who's the most likely to do something stupid? Would be the real question.
Me. Stupid, like not thinking right.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking. As in, I'm gonna go in this empty bathroom because I need to go potty, and then, you know.
No,
all of a
but
sudden-
you have enough. I think you'd have enough resilience to defend yourself, and we'd have enough awareness to be like, we need to go help Shell, and then one of us would take your bite, if that makes sense. You know
that
what I
makes
mean?
sense.
But I think I would be the first to go for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would just be the first to go.
But then who am I gonna get mad at?
The rest of the gang.
Yeah, the rest of the gang. I don't know.
But I get mad more at you than any of them.
Yeah. It was a great ride.
a lot of
It was a
practice.
great ride.
It's a great ride.
No, but I mean, because I wouldn't want you to go. I'd be like, no, you need to go. You're the last boy, and then Shell, obviously the only girl we'd protect. And I'd be like, Mondo, you know, go take them, you know, go. You know what I mean? I think that's how that would work out, or that's how it works out in my mind.
Get him to safety. I'll handle it from here.
The zombies are like, oh no.
Don't bite this one.
Who
Don't bite this
farted?
They're like,
They start vomiting.
no, this one's bad.
Like that scene in World War Z where like they're all rushing like that, and then they just run around the little boy that's supposed to have like cancer or something.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is.
All right, I got two more questions. What is something or someone you miss from your childhood? Something or someone.
I miss not having to pay bills.
Same.
Okay, let's name something that's not that, because I think every adult
I know,
misses
that's
not
true.
having to pay bills.
Okay, Rico, why don't you?
I miss playing video games and not feeling guilty, like, because now when I play video game, like, I'll enjoy myself for maybe like 1 or 2 matches of whatever I'm playing, or like maybe a half hour, an hour, but you know, after that it's like this is wasting time, like I should be doing something else, like you know what I mean? Yeah. And the same goes with Netflix. I'll be like watching 50 Netflix episodes and I'm like, I should be doing something else, like, because I mean, it's not wasting time. You should be able to enjoy your time or whatever, but it's just like me wanting to do better.
Yeah.
You know,
In the grand scheme of life.
in the grand scheme
Yeah.
of life, yeah.
I think, you know, when you begin to become an adult and, you know, you have to work for your money, nothing's really handed to you, you begin to realize that, well, nobody else is going to do it for you, you know? And so you begin to value time in a different way than you ever did before as a kid. And I think that's why for me, it's like, that's what came to mind first is, you know, the idea of not having to pay bills, not having to stress out over it, not having to, you know, figure it out. Because as a kid, you know, you grow up and when you're growing up, you use your imagination a lot, and you're able to be passionate about whatever you're doing, and you're doing it because you want to do it, and you have so much fun doing it, and you create all these experiences with people that you love being around, and you're having fun. And sometimes we lose focus of that. Sometimes we lose that, and we grow up and we get busy with working, and that's all we worry about, and that's all that's on our mind. And when in the first place, if you can just focus in on using that imagination and having fun and doing the things you're passionate about, then then you can make a greater impact, because then you're in a better state of flow. So that's what I'm trying to get back to, is being able to access the imagination a lot more and be more creative and live in that flow.
Sick. Who hasn't gone?
What was the question?
What's something or someone you miss from your childhood? Something or someone. Or both.
I don't know, honestly. It's kind of like I just appreciate. Sounds cheesy, but I appreciate each moment.
Yeah.
Respect, brother.
I don't think there's really anything I missed.
That's hype.
Yeah. Something is like, for me, like the innocence of like when you were a childhood, or when you were a child. Like, you have like your dream, you're like what you dream that you want to be when you're older, and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't really think about how you're gonna get there. But all you know is that you want to be at that part, when you're older. And just like that type of innocence as a child, like this dream, like you can do anything. And you're not thinking about the negatives, or you're not thinking about the cons of the situation. And that's something that I miss as a person, or as an adult.
Yeah.
Because then life hits you, and you're like, well,
fuck.
yeah. But that's something that I miss. Someone, obviously, mom.
Yeah, obvi. Mommy. But she be chilling.
Yeah.
She chilling right over there. Sup, mom? She says hi. All right, Chell.
Oh, did you answer?
Yeah. Or did I?
I don't think you did. You just went off of.
Yes, I did.
Did
What'd you say?
I don't remember. But I remember answering.
Okay.
I think I was the first one to answer, no?
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
So I have one more last question.
Okay.
What is it? Where is it? Oh, what are you most proud of them for? What are you most proud of? If from your point of view, what are you most proud of your siblings?
Shit. Y'all haven't accomplished nothing. Just kidding. Well, shoot, man. I don't know, man.
This is hard.
Yeah, it is. Well,
Not that like we didn't accomplish anything.
No, yeah, it's
but
just
more...
like in comparison to myself, like you and Short, you guys graduated, and it's like that's not something I ever did or whatever. So I'm definitely proud of you guys in that aspect. And
You graduated from UEI.
Hey.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a technical school for a specific trade that I'm no longer pursuing. You know what I mean? Like that's
certified.
Yeah, like that's for me that's a big mark of a waste of time. And I think that's how time ended up becoming more precious to me, and you know what I mean, like. And then even you guys went to school too, and and then you guys graduated from those schools, and I was proud of you then, because you guys wanted to do something. You guys were driven, and you wanted to do something, and I don't know. I just in general I've always been proud of your guys' drives, and in whatever you want to do, because I don't know. I think just it's the mom and me giving support. You know what I mean, like. You guys are amazing, and you deserve to be seen by other people, and you know what I mean. Like, one notable something for sure is just like because I work with Short, like him starting out as a supervisor, and him now as a supervisor is different. Like, he's very serious about his work and making sure things need to get done and stuff. And you know, I give a hard time because I'm just like a regular crew member, and you know that's just where I am or whatever. And but he's become a good supervisor, and you know, even with things that are like I guess irrelevant or whatever, like he takes them into consideration. Like he'll approach situations, and then I'll be like, hey, you probably should have approached it better this way, and then he takes that into his consideration, and he becomes better. And so that's something I'm definitely proud of. And then with Mondo, it's like you know, he's gone to taken strides to clear his mind, you know what I mean, and like to be better here, you know what I mean. And you know, I've only ever tried to make myself better here. You know, I still need to make myself better here in my heart and you know, in my mind, you know what I mean. Like I've only just worked out, and that's it, you know what I mean. And that's made me a little bit better, but it's not, you know, the trifecta, you know, mind, body, spirit type stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Lots of people don't believe in that, but that's like, for me anyway, I believe that's like some legit shit. Like, you know, you gotta have a good head on your shoulders, and then, you know, when you got a good head on your shoulders, you gotta, you know, treat your body right, and you know, the spirit comes along with it, you know what I mean, intuition or whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean. Yeah.
For me, I think it's more of, I'm like proud of all of 6 of you in general. What I'm proud of is that, you know, even though we're all different age range, you know, it's almost close, you know, it's a good age range, but you know, the fact that we're all still, we're like a tight knit group, you know, and I know there's a couple of, you know, of us that have, you know, wives and such, but you know, sibling wise, like we're still a tight knit group, and when we meet up with each other, you know, it's as if, you know, they never left or we've never left, you know. And it's interesting, you know, that we have this because not a lot of people know what this is like. You know, not a lot of people are as close to their siblings as, you know, we are. And even if they are, it's not until like when they're in their 50s or 60s, when they're way more older, is when they're more tight knit, you know. And that's something that, you know, I'm super proud, you know, to be involved is, you know, in something like this. And, you know, I appreciate everything that you guys do and say and
that fucking such. Warms my heart so fucking much.
Oh, gross. Just cut out.
Bless
Did you go short?
Bless your sweet little heart.
No? Well, for me, you know, we grew up in dysfunction, and we've been through a lot. And with all the background stuff that we've come through, the thing that I'm most proud of is that we're still here. Is that we're still, we haven't given up. And even through the darkest times, we've stayed resilient. We're strong. And having that love that Mom instilled in us is I think what makes us the strongest. And so I'm proud that each of you is growing, and you know things about yourself that, you know, you're growing. Those areas in your life where you need growth, and where you're working on growth, and the areas where you know you need growth. And I guess I'm just so proud of you guys because, you know, I'm a big brother, and
you see us growing.
Yeah. And to know that, you know, I had my hand in there.
Yeah, you know, that's real.
You played a huge part.
Big role.
You still are.
Yeah, I think so.
For sure.
But, you know, and I think that's one of the most fulfilling parts of my life as well, and who God is making me to be. So I'm just thankful for you guys. Proud of you guys, and thankful. And with us, you know, coming together on this journey, with these projects that we're doing, and the thing I love most about these projects is it's really an inward dig, right? We got to dig inwardly because we have this creativity within us, and you know, doing these podcasts, we're learning from each one of them, and being able to put something out that's impactful that we can share with the world. So being on this journey together and working as a team, learning how to work together where we struggle a little bit, and learning how to motivate each other and hold each other accountable is something that's amazing. And as close as we've always been, I can't wait, 10 more years from now to see how much more closer we are and see how much more we know about each other and I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. What about you, Shorty?
This is gonna be weird to say it the way I'm gonna say it. It's not that I'm being like self-centered and stuff, but it's like the way you guys see stuff in me. It's what I see in you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that one time me, Mondo, and Shell were at Robert Cheeto's downtown by the hospital over there, and you had said something about like you had seen like innocence in me, but it's like I see it in you when you talk to people and like sometimes at Applebee's you bring that light.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get to the table, like, I mean, of course, it's the server thing, but, like, besides that, like, you bring it to the table, in a sense, you light up that table, and you make everyone else brighter.
Yeah.
And then,
Thanks, man.
with you seeing the determination thing, like, you may not do it at work, but you've been doing it here with the editing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you have that drive, too.
Yeah.
It's just focused on something different.
Yeah. I appreciate you noticing that.
You had said something earlier about me. I forgot what.
You're adopted. Just kidding. I don't remember.
I don't remember either,
But I love you.
like I'm
You're nice to be around.
I'm honestly trying to figure it out. Like,
You weren't so bad growing up.
just the love that you keep pouring out. You say you don't see it a whole lot in yourself, but I see it all the time.
Yeah, you're a gem.
Yes, very much.
Guys, stop. It's not even my birthday.
And I think it's kind of the dumb thing we all do is just we're just so hard on ourselves that it's like.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's, what they say is true. Everyone's their own worst critic, and I think that's what makes our connection, important, and our ability to be solid with each other. You know what I mean? Like, even when we don't like each other, our arms are always like open. You know what I mean? Like, it's never shut off. It's never hard.
Mm-hmm.
To be a sibling, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For us, anyway. And I think, because, like, Mom loved so much and stuff, like, that's how we're able to do it with, people who aren't related to us. You know what I mean? Like, that was some of the reasoning behind, these projects, like, was that we wanted to welcome people into our family and, let, share our family, you know what I mean? Like, share our love, and so, I don't know, I think that's just what makes us tight and what makes us cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I really suggest you guys jump on this meditation thing because since I started doing this meditation thing, that whole you're your worst critic has gotten a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
And I feel like the best I've ever felt in my life.
That's hype.
And I'm not as hard as I was before on my own self, and which allows me to keep moving forward. A lot of times when you're too hard on yourself, you stop your own self in your tracks.
Yeah, you're stumbling over your own feet.
Yeah. And it's nobody else that's holding you back at that point. It's just yourself.
Yeah.
And so with doing this meditation and stuff, it's really, really allowing me to not be as hard on myself anymore.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Definitely want to try that. Yeah.
All right.
This was a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
we
like
can
it.
get to the would you rather's, but maybe we could save it for another show.
Yeah, it's quite fine. It's quite fine.
Yeah.
Follow us. Hopefully by the time this one is released, we'll be on YouTube.
Yes.
That's something I'm working on right now. We're under the name Puro Pinche Family. So go when this comes out, go to YouTube, because I know YouTube's an easier media for everybody to follow than SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So go to YouTube, follow Puro Pinche Family, and we'll have our podcast up there.
Yes.
And yeah. So,
Yeah, and then I think that'll make it easier for you guys to communicate with us.
Yes.
You know, let us know what you're thinking about these podcasts, what you're hearing,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
What
So,
you'd like to see, what you'd like,
yeah,
because we are welcoming you guys into our family, and we want to talk, we want a conversation going. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Shell's picking up the tab. We love you.
Yeah.
we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.